motivate each other to aim higher to get you to where you want to go. If you really want to be a multi-millionaire, that's what gets you that little bit step closer to financial independence. It will transform your life. Hey guys, it's Rahim. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button because I talk about property investment, personal development, and how to gain financial freedom. In this short video, I'm going to share with you the 6 wealth creation strategies that elevate my life to a life that I would always dreamed of. Before I get going, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. We've done a little research. We've realized that 51% of the people that have been watching my content have not hit that subscribe button. If you know you're one of those, I'd like you to kindly smash that subscribe button because it will help me, get me motivated to share more content. And obviously the algorithm loves it as well. It will push it to wider audience. And the beauty of that, you'd also get notification for when I post amazing content online. So in this video, I'm going to share these 6 wealth creation strategies to harness to get you to financial independence. So number 1 is long-term planning and goal setting. In order for you to be successful in any walk of life, being an entrepreneur, be a property investor, be a successful person, for example, you have to have a long-term plan. You have to have a plan and a goal to get you to where you want to go. What is that plan? The plan is to visualize what you set yourself to achieve in life. Perhaps it's like writing a personal statement for yourself, what you dream of having to achieve in your lifestyle. Perhaps it's writing something about yourself where you talk about what you want to achieve in life. That will kind of help you understand what your plans are. So once you know what you want to set yourself to achieve, what your dream life may be, then you work back then to set goals in order to achieve what your plans are. It could be probably maybe become a financially independent person in about 2 or 3 months, maybe a year, maybe 6, 7 years, whatever that may be for you. You have to have the plan because that plan is what gets you to where you want to go, and you back that up with having goals. Once you've got those goals, you chunk them down to small goals, small piece of goals that you'll be able to achieve. It could be monthly goals, it could be weekly goals, it could be hourly goals, it could be minute by minute goals. Whatever those goals are, you have to set it, and guess what? You stay focused and implement what you set yourself to do. You don't want to set yourself a plan and a goal and then you end up then doing something else, maybe watching Netflix, for example, maybe watching football games, for example, or maybe going out with friends and family, not actually working towards achieving these goals. And this is the time of the year where people are thinking about setting goals and all that sort of thing and planning towards their finances or maybe to whatever that may be for you. Honest and truly, 95% of the population will never go back to those goals and plan they've set. Don't be one of those people. Now is the time to plan yourself and set yourself a goal to get you to where you want to go. The second wealth creation strategy is financial education and consistently learning. What do I mean by this? I'm not talking about going to get another degree or to get another PhD or maybe using or learning about traditional education. No, I'm talking about financial literacy, learning on how to make investment, learning about good debt, bad debt, learning how you can use debts to accumulate wealth, learning how to accumulate debts to become a millionaire, learning about how you could add value that will be give you better return on investment. It could be time, it could be money, whatever that may be for you. Literally think about what you can do to actually have that financial education. It's not about adding 1 + 1. It's not something like this. It's about what you can do that would attract wealth instead of you working for the wealth. Get the wealth to attract you so the wealth can work for you instead of you working for it. And by learning about that, continuously immersing yourself on that would only help you become a successful entrepreneur. Number 3, diversification of investment. I know this is one of the touchy one. I don't really want to go into it that much. It's all about diversifying what you're doing. But the diversification I'm talking about here, if you're only just starting out your investment journey in real estate, for example, start with one strategy. Immerse yourself in that strategy. Ensure you know ins and outs of that strategy until you know it all to move to another strategy. However, if you've immersed yourself, got 3, 4, maybe 5 property in that same strategy, maybe it's about time to look for another strategy. Suppose you started with rent to rent, you can start looking at perhaps rent to service documentation because it's very similar to rent to HMO. You immerse yourself in that. Once you know that strategy, you've implemented it and it's making you money, then you move to another strategy, maybe buy, refurbish and refinance. You immerse yourself in that that, and you move on. So once you've immersed yourself in all this strategy, perhaps then maybe you want to look outside of properties. Maybe you want to start investing in startup businesses, maybe existing businesses, maybe buying stock and shares to hold, not to sell. That could be another way you could diversify. But what you want to do in the beginning of your investment is to put your egg in one basket and pay attention, concentrate in that basket, okay? Concentrate in it, make sure that basket is looked after, right? It's like having a water full of water in one jug instead of putting tiny bits of water in lots of jugs, and you don't have attention to be looking after all these jugs. Because if you want that attention in one jug, you look after that jug, you pay all your 100% focus in it, guess what? It will bring you return on investment. And guess what? That jug, that water in that jug will literally be there for a very, very long time. And then you slowly build that water up, build it up, build it up, build it up, build it up until you get to a stage where literally the water has overflowed. That's when you've hit your climax. So once you've hit your climax, it's okay, now I know this strategy. I've made serious return on this. So now the water that is spilling over, you don't want that to spill over to go to waste. Then you can then get another mug. You can put some water in that mug. Then those water that was going through will transfer to that mug, and then that mug then start growing, start learning on that stuff. But don't forget about the first mug. Is that making sense? Don't forget, keep an eye on it, keep an eye on it, keep an eye on it. Whilst you nurture the other mug, that fill up, and then you go on to the other one. So that's what entrepreneurs, successful, wealthy people are very good at. So, and then you can then diversify slowly to build a diversified investment portfolio. Number 4 is one of the touchy one as well. Living below your means. I've been banging on this so many times. Living below your means would not just help you save money for investment. It creates discipline. It creates commitment. It creates consistency. And it puts you in a better position, right? Living below your means is what lots of people don't do in this country. People are always living paycheck to paycheck. I've seen people approach me, landlords that I work with. If you don't pay them their rent literally a day later, literally they'll be ringing your phone, buzzing you, because they're living so much expensive life. But what you want to do is to be living below your means. No matter what situation you are in, I know it might be a bit literally harsh on you, I don't care. Whatever situation you are in, make sure your salary that you're earning, you're spending only 70 to 80% of it, and then 30 to 20% is going towards saving for investment. You want to be storing that money. You don't want to be keeping up with the Joneses. For example, my cousin has bought this car, I'm going to go and buy a better car than that. My cousin has bought this house, I'm going to go and buy a more expensive house than that. My cousin has bought this, I'm going to competing with friends and family. It's not going to get you to where you want to get. Look at the successful people around you. Do you see them spending in lavish things? Do you see them going on expensive holidays? No, they don't. They delay that gratification. They live way below their means. You may be thinking, no, I've seen successful people in private planes, expensive cars. I get you. Do you know they don't pay for this thing? Their companies, the businesses they create pay for this expensive stuff. But when they started, they didn't have this thing. They were literally grinding every single day, 24 hours working hard. So once the companies start making lots of revenue, lots of profit, then the companies then buy all these expensive things that you see they literally fly from, or maybe drive or go on holidays. These are paid by companies. In order for you to get to that level, you need to start living below your means. I've never seen a successful person who's never lived below their means before they get to where they were going. And they still, until where they are, they still will live way below their means. So I think I've been banging on this enough for you to understand it. No matter what situation you are, if you are able to live below your means, there's no way you will not be successful, and there's no way you will not be able to accumulate wealth. Number 5, risk management. What entrepreneurs are very good at in creating wealth is looking at the risk, doing a calculated risk, looking at the risk, and at the same time looking at the benefit that they get from taking that risk. They don't just pay their 100% attention on that risk. What they do is say, this is the risk I'm taking. Is this risk worth the return on my investment? So if the risk worth the return on their investment, they look at the benefit they get from the investment. Because what happens for most people, they see the risk as a bigger risk versus the return that they're making. Some people, when you tell them to invest, all they say is the risk. I'm going to lose my money. It's all going to go. They're not going to look at the benefit they get from investing in that property, from investing in that business, from starting their own business, for example. All this is just the risk, not the benefit. If you're one of those, maybe you want to do a calculated risk to aware about the risk, but look at the benefit. If the benefit outweighs the risk, go for it. Number 6, final one, networking and building relationships. If you're an entrepreneur, a business person, a property investor, whatever you are, as long as you're an entrepreneur, what you want to be doing is networking with people, networking with individuals, building relationships, not burning bridges, finding groups that you can add value to whilst they also add value to you. Look for groups that kind of outgrow what you're doing so that you can literally learn from these people, because they are all over and beyond what you've set yourself to achieve. If you cannot get this sort of group, maybe you want to be in a group where you're all doing the same thing. At least then you would encourage each other, you motivate each other to aim higher to get you to where you want to go. Mastermind are one of the best ways of doing things like this. If you really want to be successful, if you really want to be a multi-millionaire, if you really want to be successful in any work of life, you have to have a mastermind group. You have to have someone to mentor you, guide you, networking around those people, helping them, adding value to them, they add value to you. That's what gets you that little bit step closer to financial independence. So basically, in order for you to be successful, it's very important for you to network with individuals like this. I remember living in London a few years ago. I was surrounded with nice people, don't get me wrong, friends and families, went college with, school with. It was really nice, but most of these people were not adding value to me. So what I did basically is to segregate myself from those people and then look for new friends that can add more value to me, that can motivate me, that could encourage me to literally extract my superpower to take me for where I want to go. So these are the sort of things you want to be looking for in a group. If you are the smartest person in your group, I think it's about time to find a better group. And if you're in a group where everybody cries you down, don't trust you, don't believe in you, always literally so many bad things about yourself, not like bad things, really, really horrible things, but they always cry you down in a sly way or in a joke way, perhaps you want to look for one other group. So these are the 6 wealth creation strategies. Believe you me or not, if you implement any of these wealth creation strategies, it will transform your life, because it did transform my life. It took me from being a dead broke accountant to being a successful property investor with a multi-million property investment portfolio. So go out there, implement these strategies. Do not leave it to chance. It is about time for you to take your finances into your own hands instead of relying on your employers or the government. I really hope this video has been helpful. If this video has been helpful, smash the like button below, subscribe to my channel for more amazing videos. I look forward to sharing next video. God bless you.